It's time for this week's episode of Brandon Sports Talk, featuring in-depth interviews from those who are trending in the world of athletics. And now, here's the host of Brandon Sports Talk, Brandon Pate.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege to interview the FCF football player, Nick Williams. How are you doing today?
I'm good. You said Slick Nick?
Yes.
Yeah, Slick Nick Williams. I'm doing good. How are you, Brandon?
I'm doing good. Can you talk about how you knew that you wanted to play professional football?
I can't say that I always knew that I wanted to play professional football. I can honestly say that I had a hope when I was young. You know, it was just something that sounded, cool to say and easy to say when, you had career there and they came by asking, exactly what you want to be when you grow up. I didn't want to be typical. I didn't want to say doctor, lawyer, police officer, firefighter. So, I wasn't even heavy into football at that age. We always just played park ball. And I didn't at the time play any any city-wide leagues or anything, any peewee. I just played out in the neighborhood, and I just said, NFL, I want to go to the NFL. I want to play for pro football. And, kids laugh or, everybody like, okay, yeah, because that's cliche. That's what a lot of people say. But, here I am 13 years later playing, professional football, and it's just, it's just full circle.
What was your time like playing for Arkansas Pine?
Arkansas Pine Bluff, it was an amazing opportunity to really get to learn more about the culture and just, what's even agriculture. I'm from the natural state. I'm born and raised in Arkansas. And so, I knew a lot about nature. So I thought I did, but I didn't even major in the agriculture program. But just, being on a campus that was so agriculture heavy and, we literally in our backyard, in the backyard of our campus, we had, lots of crops, plenty of acres of, crops and just land. And so I didn't, I never knew what it was. And just passing by, walking to the gym, I didn't have a vehicle on campus. So walking to the gym, I would just look over what is it? And the janitors knew and the teachers knew. And and I was like, how did I, I'm from here and I didn't know, this is the city that I was born, Pine Bluff. And I was like, wow, I knew nothing about, how heavy it was. Just, yeah. So it was a fun opportunity to really, get closer to, the things that kind of matter most, as far as I had a lot of family there and a lot of one-on-one time with teachers, a lot of one-on-one time studying. It's a smaller campus. It's not your, typical huge, city looking type campus. We had about 17 buildings and, you could walk the distance. It wasn't that bad. And so, I knew kind of pretty much everybody in every office. Likewise, I knew they knew me. And if they are still there, I can go back right now, just sit and just chat with them in the office. I tried to make it my mission to, get to know my college and get to know where I went. So I enjoyed every second of being at Arkansas Pine Bluff.
What was it like playing for Arkansas Pine, and what was it like putting on the jersey?
It's a different feeling because, we are the Pine Bluff Golden Lions. And so that's something is not everybody get to do, and it was an amazing opportunity to really go out and showcase my talent. Arkansas Pine Bluff was one of the one schools that believed in me. I can't say I was top draft. I can't say I was a 5-star athlete coming out of high school. They took a chance on me, and here we are now.
What was it like after your playing career of college going into the FCF versus going, of course, the NFL or XFL route?
Being in the FCF, it gave me a sense of spirit. I'm looking for the right word, but more so, I just got to be able to, say more. It gave me a voice, do more, versus you got to be more kind of, holding it all together and it's not about you and your brand, it's kind of about us. You join these other leagues or whatever. But with the FCF, I didn't know the power that came with just, being allowed a platform to be you essentially, because it's essentially this who you are, and you see people open up once they leave the league, and then you see them finally become the person And we always think like, wow, they changed so much since they left the league, but it's initially who they were, you know, throughout the entire process. So I mean, I genuinely appreciate the FCF for just really allowing us to really just use the platform to be ourselves and completely, you know, execute whatever strategy we had, you know, we put forth. It was really amazing. It was an amazing opportunity.
What was it like for you to play with multiple teams versus just playing with one particular team?
That was different, I will say, because it's like you try to stay faithful, you know, and I mean it's hard when you beat a guy last week and then now he's your teammate, or you beat a team. You can even go. I would take it that far. We can beat a team, and next week I'm playing against that team, and now it's, you know, I'm like, wow, I just, you know, I just beat this. It don't even have to be a different day. Like, it's in that same day I could play for the Glacier Boys and beat the Beast, and then I can go play for the Zappers and then beat the Wild Aces, and then that next week, it was a lot of jersey swapping, and it was just, yeah, it was a lot. But you know, you in the end, you become grateful. You know, I got to say that I was in the championship game. We didn't pull it off, but being a part of the championship game, that really did me well.
What was your time like playing with the Glaciers?
I love the Glacier Boys. I feel like that is a team that's, you know, structured around ambition, structured around, you know, genuinely having fun, being courageous, doing stuff that may not matter to a lot of people, but if it matters to you, do it. You know, go out and just be courageous. And that team was one of the more, you know, laid back teams. Of course, we predicted it not even to be in the championship game, let alone the playoffs. Um, it was just, you know, a lot made sense. We had a lot of dominant forces on that team. I'm excited, you know, to see the guys who still pushing, you know, maybe even coming back for 2.0. And so, I mean, hey, it's exciting. It's good to say that I was a Glacier boy.
What was the feeling like whenever you got to put on the FCF jersey for the first time?
It didn't hit me that first. I can honestly say that it didn't right off the back. It didn't. Yeah, it didn't just hit me.
Can you talk about, of course, what it was like playing with different teams instead of just playing with one particular team, like you would have maybe have done in the XFL or even in the NFL?
Yeah, it's obviously it's, you know, it's different. I believe that it only takes one. I mean, obviously according to the brand, but I would have loved the fan control football if I just had to choose anything and be picky. The one thing I would have, you know, changed is that everyone stayed on one solid team, including defenses. Like, you know, defense, offense, it doesn't matter. Everybody chose one team, you know, played on one team, and you held that, you know, that responsibility of, you know, keeping that team in the, you know, in the championship or in the walk. You know, obviously the main goal was to get a ring and to, you know, get a championship. So I feel that was very necessary for us to really, you know, lock 100% in, because people were locked in. But if I had a faithful, you know, team or a faithful coach, and, you know, or this person who I know guaranteed will be next to me, I just think I see that as a little bit, you know, that's a little bit different like that. Yeah, that's powerful. The power that comes behind that is, yeah, it's just different. I can't put it into words, but it's when you lock in onto one team and just one establishment versus I'm here, or I had this guy as my teammate. Now this guy's or I just whooped this dude last week and now he's on, like, it's weird. It's just, yeah, it's always different.
How did it feel to be a tight end in the FCF?
Uh, uh, can we even say I was a tight end in the FCF? I played defensive end. I was labeled a tight end, but I don't think, I don't think I ever got in the game as a tight end. It was only a defensive end. So,
What was it like playing on the defensive end side of the ball?
on the defensive side, it was fun.
What are some of your future plans in your professional football career as you move forward?
To be professional, 100% in everything I do. And I know that sounds funny, or, you know, it may even sound sarcastic, but I literally, like, I have an alarm that goes off and it lets me know at 11:11 every day. Like I am professional. I am professional. I am dedicated. I am committed. Yeah, and it just reminds me people love professional people. Yeah, you might see me on the field doing a backflip, or we did the WrestleMania, reenactment, like, or I'm crawling on the ground, bear crawl. Like, I love being a character. I love being that's who I am. I've always, been fond of being a character and acting. But, when it comes to like being a professional, I know when to lock in. I know how to turn that switch off, and like, we can sit down and we can have, a good rapport about business. So, I mean, I just want to say, like, yeah, I want to remain professional. And, that's something that nobody can just give you. You just can't get a professional title. It's about how you carry yourself each day. So,
Of course, do you plan on making it into the NFL or XFL in 2022?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
With that, what are some teams that you are looking at trying to try out for to make a team?
Any team that's willing to sign. I know I've been, I can't really say too much, but I've been on the phone with a few teams. But it is what it is. That's what I can officially say on
What is it like to know that, of course, teams are interested in you and want you to try out and stuff?
Can you restate that one again?
What is it like knowing that teams are interested in you, whether it's the NFL or XFL, and wanting to like try out and stuff?
I would say it's interesting. If I, to say the least, it's just it's interesting. I'll leave it at that.
What advice would you have future professional football players looking to play professional football, whether it's going the XFL route, NFL route, or fan-controlled football?
What advice would I give another pro player?
Mhm.
You said, okay, yeah. I mean, regardless of the route, I would just say be professional. Give what you're supposed to give. That is a lot, and within saying a little, just give what you're supposed to give. What is expected of you, under promise and over deliver. That's my strategy. Under promise and over deliver every time.
Where can my listeners find you out on social media?
Is OTO Slick Nick, or Shop OTO merch. That's the brand. As you see the logo in the background, only takes one. Only takes one. OTO Slick Nick. Only takes one.com. Twitch. Only takes one. LinkedIn. OTO Slick Nick. I think that's what it is. But yeah, OTO Slick Nick is pretty consistent on everything. OTO Slick Nick, you can find me.
Thank you again, Slick Nick, for your interview, and best of luck in your future in your football career.
Thanks, Brandon Sports Talk, and it's good talking to you.
You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Facebook at Brandon Sports Talk, Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at Talk_Brandon, and you can find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, Slick Nick, for your interview, and best of luck in your future.
Thank you.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.